Yes, sir. What's up? What's going on, man? Hey, same old story, man. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna touch on that football game tomorrow. Hopefully, I can, but if not, then probably not. But probably more likely I will. Who knows? Uh, let me see. Yeah, so we got a few games today. Just gonna breeze through it with some thoughts, man. Hopefully you all had a good day today. Uh, you know, you know, can't thank you guys enough. You know, my subscribers and everything. Man, just subscribe if you don't, if you haven't. As for Prize Picks, I touch on Prize Picks a lot. I like to go to Caesar Sportsbook a lot, and DraftKings. It helps me, especially with outs. It helps me, you know, uh, because Prize Picks they don't bring out their outs until early in the morning, and the lines are juiced. So this is a kind of a way, like looking at DraftKings and Caesars is a good way to get the out props information, or my picks for those outs. Okay. Um, FanDuel has, they haven't given us any live strikeout props, but they've given us a lot of live, uh, all the rest of them, whether it's stolen bases, excuse me, and they give you outs as well. So that's something that you guys can look at. And then back to Prize Picks again. I'll give out a few picks of some things that I like, and it's a very very decent site here where you could they sponsor my channel. I have a promo code. They have match up deposit 100% up to $100 using my promo code. That will be in the description. And yeah, any other questions you could definitely get at me. Breezing through this, I'm breezing through these games right here. Just not too many officials tonight, but this slate has the potential to be okay, especially with a book like FanDuel Sportsbook where you can alter things. I mean, I think that's really really cool, man. I alter and shit all the time to get to plus money. You know, uh, got a lot of my hopes and dreams crushed today. Uh, Mess around with Otani, and the value wasn't there, man. And it's a kick in the face for me. Either way it goes, and I was all over Minnesota today, and they clunked out, man. That was probably my top player today, and they got down on me. Cincinnati Reds at Philadelphia Phillies, over under 8.5 in the spot here. All right, now we got Syndergaard on the mound, and we have Cesar, however you want to pronounce his name there. Um, yeah, so these two guys, I mean, Syndergaard, I can, uh, yeah, whatever his outs is coming out. Let's see what we got here. Let me refresh this and see if we got any out props out yet. Mm. Okay, we got quite a few out props out. None for this game, but we got a few out props here. Okay, so it is what it is. All right. While we're right here, we can just look right here. So, oh, they don't even have strikeouts for them either. Oh, do they have strikeouts? Oh, no, they don't. So we have to go to Prize Picks here. All right, so Syndergaard strikeout prop sitting at 5.5 here. I mean 5 here. Might as well be 5.5 to get to 6, so you won't have to push here. But Cincinnati is a team that I have been looking for, going towards as far as strikeouts. Syndergaard's last outing was versus Cincinnati, so this will be a back-to-back pitching matchup for him versus this team. So. He was on the road. Now he's at home. He pitched 7 innings, man. Gave up 8 hits, 6 strikeouts, with 3 earned runs in that time span that he pitched. So, it is. It's more. I ain't gonna say it's more likely, but I can't talk you off of this strikeout prop here, man. If you want to get there, be my guest. He's hit it 2 out of his last 4 games. Hasn't hitting it, too frequently, but here and there. But I do see a path for him to get there. I'm interested in what his outs is going to be like. On the other hand, then you got a guy in Cessa. He hasn't given up a run in quite some time. Since July the 7th. So that's over a month there. Probably like 6 or 7 starts. So yeah, man. It's going to be a bullpen day for Cincinnati. So that's something to look at there. But either way it goes, that's how you look at it, man. If you probably want to get to a Nerfy or something in that spot, then be my guest. We do have the Sox game, which is not listed right now, but I could talk about it. We should have Kopech instead of Dylan Cease on the mound today, going up against Lynch. And a little information, since this game is not on the books, is it over here? Okay, so yeah. We got 4.5 strikeouts over under for both of these guys here. Lynch has faced Kopech has faced the Chicago White Sox. Kopech has faced this Kansas City team, I want to say once or twice this year, but, he didn't hit this number. Back on the 1st of August, he pitched against them on the 1st of August. He didn't hit this number, and then he pitched on April. And he didn't hit that number. Both outings, he hit 3 Ks. The innings have been there for him, so this is interesting. The outs have been there for him. Interesting play here. 15.5 at minus 110. I think I'm going to have to take a stab at this. He's hit this number in 1, 2, 3, 4 out of his last 5 games, including once against Kansas City in the month of August here. So I'm a little bit more interested in his outs coming out at 15.5. I would take it at 17.5, I want to say. So by the time Prize Pick drop the outs props, they're probably going to be at around 17.5. So me personally, right here on DraftKings, I'm looking at that. The 15.5 outs for that minus 110. You just got to go ahead. They're going to have to go ahead, hurt me with that. On the other side, Lynch has been pitching very well against this White Sox team. He's probably just about owned them. He's pitched 5.1 innings on the first. Actually, this is a same pitching matchup. These guys face each other on the first. 7 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs, and the W. Back on April 26th, 2 walks, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts. So as you can see, he's pitched very well against this White Sox team. At Chicago at that. So that's something to look at. Now he's going to face these guys at home. Last 2 games he's been struggling in the K department. 2 strikeouts and 3 strikeouts. Like I said, he's hit this number right here. This innings number. 3 out of his last 4 games, and the one he missed was on the hook, and that was just a straight 5 innings. So I can't talk you off either one of them. If you're feeling froggy, you can go over here, on in Caesars, and you can get it. You can get these in the same game parlay, because they do let you same game parlay these. And if this game is out, which this game is out, I don't have a side for this one yet. If I really, really had to pick a side, I'll be looking at the White Sox in this spot here. But I don't know, man. Now, pitching outs, you can get both of them. If you think both of them will go, should be a nice parlay bet for me. I think both of them will hit that. You'll get the better numbers on DraftKings, but, you get that. If you can get both of them to hit that number at plus 270, man, I think that's a really, really, really good bet if that's what you want to like to go to. But if I'm straight betting them, I'll get it over here at minus 125 and minus 110 for Kopech here. All right, let's keep it moving. Atlanta Braves at Pittsburgh Pirates here. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot here. You know, we got Odorizzi on the mound. We got Contreras on the mound. Contreras has, showed the ability to strike this team out. And I want to say it was a few times, or at least one time. So he's pitched against Atlanta once. He gave them, that was back in June. He pitched 4 innings, but, he gave up 3 runs. He had 7 strikeouts. Lately, the strikeouts have been down for him. I don't know if I want to mess around with this game or anything like that. Odorizzi, on the other hand, strikeouts have been down in certain spots here. I do know this Pittsburgh team can't strike out, so anything can happen in this instance. He's been giving up runs here and there, and a few walks here and there. I could just, it'll be Atlanta or nothing for me in this spot. That's all I got to say there for that one. New York Mets at New York Yankees here. We got an over under 7.5 in this spot. I don't have a side in this one here. I'm looking more towards Scherzer's K's. His K prop came out at 7.5, and that's something I do think I like there, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up getting there. 7.5 at plus money. Maybe if I have to alter something and maybe try to stick in on the first half, that might be something I might have to lean towards. First half money line is sitting at minus 168, and then the first half result, you get that at minus 115. That means it's similar to a run line, a half a point. Now sometimes the run line on FanDuel starts out at minus 1.5, so the first half result is always like a half a point. That means you have to win, and it gives you the option to tie. So that's something there. A pitcher's duel, you might can stick in there for a tie, man, and come up with a nice, decent number. Those tie numbers are always decent. Now, I just give the pitcher lean towards the Mets in this one. Therefore, I probably get a lean towards the Mets, but I don't think I'm going to bet this game. Truthfully, I don't. I might sprinkle something on the Mets here on the fact that, you got Herman on the mound. I might sprinkle something on these Mets, Herman, it's not a big time strikeout guy. I mean, he's had a few strikeout numbers that was impressive this season, but not a big time strikeout guy if you ask me. I don't know, man. He did strike this Mets team out 7 times, but I don't know, man. And I was on the road, so we'll see. Low total here for a reason here, but if I'm betting on this game, it'll probably be New York Mets or nothing, and the strikeout prop for Scherzer. Texas Rangers at Minnesota Twins, over under 8.5 in the spot here. We got Reagans on the mound, we got Gray on the mound, and I'm going right back to the well. I'm taking the Minnesota Twins, money line parlays, run line straights. It's kind of fishy though, man. I don't know. I don't want to be the bearer to jump on these Minnesota Twins, especially when they slumping. But Reagans, he hasn't been looking that good. And to tell you the truth, I'll probably lean towards the first half. That's something I'm probably going to lean towards the first half. Sonny Gray has been pitching very good for this team. First half result, that's probably what I'm going to look at a minus 135. Anytime you use a result, you can get that. You can use that in the same game parlay. So I can get that at minus 135. And if I want to dumb it down, I could probably go to a strikeout prop for somebody like Gray. But some just telling me to temper my expectations, because I could just be hallucinating or whatever, anything. But I mean, I know he's faced this Texas team twice, and he hasn't struck. He had 2 zeros in the strikeout department. July 8th, 4 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 0 strikeouts. I think he faced his Texas team twice. If so, that's all I see. And I guess he'll be looking to get some revenge. Strikeouts have been there for him. 5 strikeouts or better in each and every last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in his last 5 games, including 10 Ks versus KC in his last outing. Strikeouts sitting at 5.5. On Prize Picks, you'll get a strikeout prop sitting at. Now on Prize Picks, I did let's just finish talk about what we're talking about. It's at 5.5 as well on Prize Picks. So, he's hit this number 2 out of his last 5 games. I don't know if I want to get there. I do have some interest in his outs. We'll see what the outs are going to be like, and that's probably something I'm going to lean towards. His outs sitting at 17.5, outs at minus 120. That looks like a spot that I might want to attack this game in. But we will see, man. We will see. But yeah, going back to Prize Picks, I'm forced. I'm gonna be forced to take the over on this prop for Daniel Lynch, and then Jake Odorizzi. I mean, it's doable against this team, but I don't know. Max Scherzer, I'm taking the over on this 7, and hope it worse on the worst, we can push there. Syndergaard, I got a little love for that 5, and Rosie Contreras, I don't think I'm going to test the waters, but it's definitely doable because he's done it between this team before. Now, let's keep it moving here. All right. Los Angeles Angels at Tampa Bay Rays. We got an over-under 7 in this spot. Davidson and Springs are on the mound, and we don't have any pitching props out for this one here. All right, so just going off general knowledge, this Angels team has been a team that we've been picking on all season long. They're trying to get their shit together. All right, they're trying to get their shit together, and I see that because it's been some instances where they're supposed to went out there and struck out, and they didn't. So, the Angels on the road versus left-hand pitching in the last 30 days. I can pull those numbers up for you guys real fast. Last 30 days. We are looking at, and they were high up there on the totem pole. Now they're a little bit down, and a few more teams are creeping up. All right. So the Los Angeles Angels are sitting at a 19.1 strikeout, but that's a little bit below average, around average. That's good for 25th in the league, so that's pretty good, on the road. But when you got a pitcher that's got that stuff, then that just about trumps that. When you're in general, versus lefties, they right around league average. So last 30 days. On the season, though, so they've been doing better the last 30 days. All right, they've been doing really, really good, really better on the last 30 days. And just in general, just on the season, they are 6th in the season, 6th worst on the season. So last 30 days, they've been better. All right. Now, you're going to get a strikeout prop for Springs coming out at 5.5 on Prize Picks here. It's something I really, really want to jump at it, man, to tell you the truth. But, judging by those numbers is something I might want to temper my expectations on. He's faced this team once, and, he had 5 strikeouts in that outing and gave up 3 runs. So, maybe I might want to temper my expectations. It could be a lean, but I'm going to just fall back, since I'm reading off those numbers right there. All right. I probably won't bet this game, but if I bet this game, it's going to be Tampa Bay Rays. Oakland and Miami, it's just a game that I don't have anything for. You guys got something, you let me know. Milwaukee Brewers at Los Angeles Dodgers here. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Dodgers minus 250 favorites. And, you got Urias on the mound, you got Lauer on the mound. I can see instances where this could be a lower scoring game. But, however, this Milwaukee team strikes out a ton versus lefties, especially in the last 30 days. So, in general, on the season, they are striking out. They're number 3 strikeout in the third most strikeout in the league at 25.3 in general. Then I can go last 30 days on the road. They've just been like, ugh. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah. They're good for number 7 at 27.4. It's still a decent number right there. They did just versus lefties in general. Last 30 days, they are the second worst team in the league at 29.4. So you see what Steele went in there and did to them. Went out there and struck them up. So that's something that you could look at there. All right. So I noticed they did take one of the games off the board. And that was that St. Louis game. But either way it go, I'll touch on that in 1 second. Give me the Dodgers on the money line here and the money line parlays, run line straights. And whatever Urias strikeout prop is, let's see. 5 at 6.5. It's doable for him, but if you just don't want to get there, then I can't talk you off of it. He's hit this number once in his last 5 games. All right, so if you want to do some altering, then be my guest. He's hit 6 Ks frequently, but and then Lauer, he's probably somebody I just, I probably, he did have 7 strikeouts versus this Dodgers team. I don't know if I want to back him right now on the road, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his outs or something like that is in play. Maybe, might have to look at somebody else like Urias, where his outs are going to come out at 17.5, which I think is doable. He's hit this number in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of his last 6 games. So, that's not out of the realm of possibilities. Not for Lauer either, but I probably would go towards Urias because I'll give him the strikeout upside since this Milwaukee team has been striking out at a very high rate. And then honorable mention Jeffrey Springs. I see an instance where he could probably get to this 17.5 at minus 120. All right, prize picks. What do we got here? Damn, we got 7 for Urias. Fuck. I didn't look at the pitcher fantasy score here. Something I should have looked at before I did this game. Before I did this, but 22.5. I can see this. I like the 22.5 there. I can see Matt's getting to that 39.5 in instances if the K's are going there, but I probably would just stick with the K's. Okay, now I did say I'm gonna touch on the St. Louis game here, St. Louis and Chicago Cubs game, and yes, I will. So, what I say about this game here, since we don't have any lines, whatever the case may be, it's always Goldsmith for me versus lefties. He's batting .435 with a OPS of 1.375, slugging .848. And, he's going to be a home run candidate for me. I need to see what the weather's going to be looking like at Wrigley and all that. Total basis, I sprinkle on his total basis and everything. Then you can't forget about Nolan Arenado. He's got an OPS of 1,000. So and he's batting .270 versus lefties. And then you got Dylan Carson, who's batting .320 versus lefties with a .876 OPS. So, This Cardinals offense has been okay as of late. They've been doing their thing, so I can't talk you off for none of these guys here. However, the Cubs, they're facing a lefty as well. Gotta pay attention to the lineups here. Contreras, he likes to hit lefties. He likes to take them deep. Wisdom likes to take them deep as well. And then you got Hap. He's batting .337 versus lefties with an .867 OPS. And Nico Hoerner, he's batting .303 versus lefties. Do with this information as you will. Total bases, whatever the case may be, hits, whatever the case may be. With that being said, guys, peace out. Peace.